Ladies, let's be honest. Every woman has at some point found herself wondering, does he really love me? Is his heart truly mine? Or am I just another chapter in his story? Because here's the truth. Most men don't come out and declare their deepest feelings with grand speeches, poetry, or movie-style confessions. That's not how real love usually shows up. Instead, love often slips out in the smallest, most unexpected moments in words so ordinary. You might miss them if you're not paying attention. But when you do catch them, you'll realize his heart is already wrapped around you, even if he hasn't said "I love you" yet. So today I'm going to reveal 7 powerful little phrases men say that secretly expose their deepest emotions. And ladies, once you recognize these, you'll never again have to doubt whether his love is real. Let's dive in. 1. I don't want to lose you. Now, at first you might think, isn't that a bit dramatic? But trust me, this isn't drama. This is raw vulnerability. Most men grow up being told to hide their emotions, to never admit their fears. But when he says, I don't want to lose you, even in a quiet moment, even during an argument, it's his heart speaking, not his ego. He's not just worried about a breakup. He's confessing that your absence would leave a void in his life that nothing else could fill. He's saying, you are part of my emotional foundation. Without you, something inside me would unravel. Ladies, never take this phrase lightly. It's one of the purest, unguarded confessions of love a man can give. 2. Did you eat? Now I know you might roll your eyes and think, really? That's it, but this, my love, is actually one of the most beautiful signs of care. When a man asks, did you eat? He's not just making small talk. He's expressing something primal in his mind. Love often translates into provision and protection, making sure you're okay, that you're not neglecting yourself, that you're cared for even when he isn't physically there. It's his way of saying, you matter to me. I think about your well-being. If I could, I'd cook for you. I'd sit with you. I'd make sure you never go hungry in any sense of the word. It may sound simple, but ladies, simplicity is often where love hides. 3. Text me when you get home. Picture this. You're leaving his place, or maybe it's late at night after hanging out with friends. As you say goodbye, he casually says, text me when you get home. At first, it might feel like a polite gesture, but in reality, this is a profound declaration of protectiveness. Men may not always say, I worry about you, but this phrase is their way of confessing exactly that. He cares about your safety, your comfort, your peace of mind. He feels a quiet sense of responsibility because his heart is already tied to yours. And here's the real giveaway. If he checks in again when you forget to text him, ladies, that's when you know his love isn't just casual. It's rooted deep. 4. I was just thinking about you. Now this one may sound harmless, almost casual, but don't be fooled. When a man tells you, I was just thinking about you, he's revealing something most men rarely share: his emotional mind space. Men are not wired to announce when someone lives rent-free in their thoughts, so when he does, it means you've carved out a permanent corner in his heart. He's saying, you're not just someone I see when it's convenient. You're someone I carry with me even in the middle of my busy day. Ladies, when you become the thought that brightens his ordinary moments, know this: he's already falling in love. 5. What do you think? Pay attention here, because this one is gold. When a man asks you, what do you think? And it's not about whether he should wear the blue shirt. or the black one, you've entered sacred territory. Men are problem solvers by nature. They like to act aside, lead, but when he pauses and values your input, it means something powerful. He sees you as a partner, not just a passenger in his life. This phrase translates to, I respect your mind as much as your beauty. Your voice shapes my choices. I don't just want you beside me, I want you with me. That, ladies, is love in its purest, most respectful form. 6, you make me better. This one, rare, powerful, life-changing. When a man says, you make me better, he's not flattering you. He's admitting that you've transformed him, that your presence inspires him to grow, to be more patient, more ambitious, more emotionally open. He's saying, with you I evolve. With you, I'm not just existing, I'm becoming, ladies. Men don't hand this phrase out lightly. If he says this, it means you've touched his soul. You've become the reason he strives for more. Not because you asked, but simply because loving you awakens the best in him. 7, where were you? At first glance, this might sound possessive, but listen carefully when he softly, playfully, or even curiously asks, where were you? What he's really saying is, I missed you. Men aren't always comfortable with the language of longing. So instead, it slips out in little ways, in teasing remarks, in playful curiosity, in noticing your absence more than you'd expect. This phrase means your presence has become his comfort. When you're gone, something feels off, and when you return, the world feels right again. Bonus insight for you, ladies. Sometimes the deepest kind of love is silent. It doesn't arrive wrapped in fancy words or long speeches. It shows up quietly in the little things. He may never text, I miss you, but he shows up with your favorite snack because he knows it makes you smile. He may not say, I care, but he makes sure your car is safe before the storm hits. He may not whisper, I can't live without you, but the way his eyes light up when you walk into the room, even after an argument, tells you everything. Because here's the truth. Men aren't always fluent in the language of words. But when a man's heart is yours, his actions will shout what his lips sometimes can't. And those actions, they're often louder, stronger, and more real than any I love you ever could be. Do you want me to make this even longer and more emotionally engaging, like a closing segment for your YouTube video that makes women feel deeply connected and inspired? So, my loves, the next time you're wondering where his heart truly stands, don't just listen with your ears. Listen with your heart. Watch the little words, the little gestures, the little moments. Because when a man's heart belongs to you, he doesn't just say it in 3 big words. He whispers it in 1,000 little ones. Now tell me in the comments, which of these phrases have you heard from a man, and did you realize what it really meant? If this touched your heart today, give this video a like, subscribe for more deep relationship secrets, and share it with a sister who deserves real love.